cosmetology educators with big opinions, big laughs, and a whole lot of love for the industry. Welcome back to Oh Hair Now. I'm Katie,
I'm Liz.
and today we have Cara Gandy with us. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, of course.
She is a stylist and also owns Cara Marie Consulting. So Kara's going to actually start us off with a toast, per usual. So
All right.
there you
So
go, ladies.
here's to all the cosmetologists who show up with heart and give it all they got and make sure their clients are put first.
I love that.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Yay.
Mm. So, we're just going to start off by talking with Cara about how she got started in the industry, just how she built her clientele, and then initially started your business. So, in the beginning, obviously, we're very focused on our technical skills and building that. But I think really it's the soft skills you should be building from the beginning, and we kind of forget about that because we're trying to do all of these haircuts and perms and whatever else it is, and so you kind of put that to the wayside. But what brought that to light? How did you get started? How did your business come about?
Absolutely. So I've been in the industry of hair for 20 years. And the technical skill part was always a little bit hard for me. It took me probably my first 2 years behind the chair out of school to really start to feel comfortable in my craft. I
Yeah,
can't even say I was like really that great at hair, but comfortable behind the chair.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Um, but I always had a love for people. I've always, we're hairstylists, we talk.
Mhm.
I was good at talking, so that
Yes.
that kind of saved me a little bit. And I started at a corporate salon working for Regis for 2 years. Ended up going up to Mackinac Island, doing a lot of wedding hair up there, and then ended up coming back down to Florida. I was back and forth a
Yeah.
couple of times, and I ended up having a like aha moment while I was down in Florida. I ended up going down there with an ex-husband, and we had been married for about 2 years. And he ended up getting into a tragic car accident, ended up with a traumatic brain injury. He was in the hospital ICU for 2 weeks in a coma. And it took, 2 months in that hospital and lots of PTOTST going through that with him. And during that period of time, I ended up um, leaving my salon that I was in Naples, Florida, and I was staying in Sarasota Memorial Hospital, which was where he was. And during that period of time, I actually cut off my social media. I'd been at that salon for, at that point, quite a few years, so I had a really good following. And it was during that moment in time that I really realized like what my niche is in this industry. Like I've always loved like doing hair and seeing the transformation and
Right.
stuff like that. Um, but when my clients really came through for me during that period of time is when I realized like how important and impactful our relationships are behind the chair.
How did they come through
Amen.
for you?
I didn't work for 2 months and they financially supported me without a GoFundMe or anything like that. Between my clients, the staff that I worked with, their clients, it was just kind of word of
I have
mouth.
goosebumps. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's hard to even honestly talk about without feeling like that emotion that it
Yeah.
really brings up.
Oh, yeah.
Um, just in awe, like how something horrible can happen
Yeah.
and then something so amazing like comes out of it. Just
Yeah.
the outpouring of like love and support. And I'm not even talking like emotional or financial support, but just emotional support. I even had one client, she had a home in Naples, but a condo in Sarasota that she offered to put my family up in for
Wow.
free,
Wow.
That's crazy.
which is really awesome.
Yeah.
She was wonderful. I ended up having a client give me a car because we were without
That's
another car,
insane.
which is, awesome. And during that period of time, all my stylist friends that I worked with were like, I don't even know if my clients would do this for me, you know? And it just really was like, okay, like, what am I doing that's different behind the chair that's creating these strong relationships
Right.
that people are
Yeah.
coming through for me like
Mhm.
this, It was so impactful and it just I just started thinking, I got to do something with this, you
Mhm.
know?
Yes.
Um, and I just started writing down, okay, from the time a client walks in the door to the time that they leave, what am I doing with this guest that's different than everybody else?
Yeah.
Why are my connections with my guests so much stronger? And I think that we work so much on the technical skill that we forget I mean, a lot of people say it's customer service. You know what I mean? It's kind of customer service, but it's also like,
It is. But the thing with our industry, and I was just talking to my students about it today,
mhm,
is we're the only other industry that we actually physically touch our clients.
absolutely.
And there's something with that. It's huge.
Yeah,
It is.
that's
And
actually a part in my training is physical touch.
Yeah.
I've had a stylist before I went to cosmetology school or any of it, say, just so you know, I don't talk while I'm working. So if I'm quiet, that's why. And by starting off her service like that, I felt like I couldn't or shouldn't talk to her the whole time.
Right. Like she's just
And
shut
I
you
never
down.
returned, you
Right.
know?
You
It's
really
like,
gotta kinda learn how to, like, read
It's like read the room.
clients.
yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it is okay sometimes to be quiet.
Some of our
yeah,
clients want to come in shut down.
Right.
yeah.
Fair.
But I think that when you start a
And
client
that's
that
how it
way
started. It was nuts. I've
That's
never had another
that's kind of
experience like it.
shitty.
I agree.
I mean, I can't like I'm just saying,
I
like
agree. It was at a high-end salon in, like, a
so she was
decent
a
city.
little arrogant, in my
Honestly,
opinion.
what it
Yeah.
makes you feel like is they don't care about you, they care about the money you're giving
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%.
And just your hair. I mean, I felt like she was gonna do a good job with my hair, but, like,
You're like,
yeah, there was
oh,
just no it wasn't
connection.
that, like, girl time in the salon that people expect usually when they
Right.
walk in. It was a Saturday, I had found a babysitter for my son. I love going to the salon. It was disheartening, honestly,
Yeah.
and
I've never had anyone
it
do
was
that. That's weird.
really weird. It was so weird. Yeah.
Cray cray.
Yeah. Which now they have services, I'm sure you know of, that you can request a silent service.
Right.
I think that's great.
Which is appropriate. I mean,
When I get a massage, don't talk to me.
yeah, shut the fuck up.
Don't talk
Seriously.
to
There's a time
me.
and a place, people.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
zoning out. I don't
Yeah.
want to have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, not at
Yeah.
all.
So, anyways, so yeah, let's dive back into like the customer service and that piece of it. And you found that so impactful.
I did, yeah. So I started, like I said, kind of writing everything down from the moment they come in.
Yeah.
So like it's so simple. That it blows my mind when I see stylists, and I've worked in a lot of salons, and they just like over their head, just like some stuff that they do that it's like, do you not realize like how like what
What are some examples that you've seen? Like, I'm so curious.
oh man,
Like,
just like and I feel like you can kind of see this more in smaller salons just because it's easier to like yell at your client from the back of the salon when they come in.
for sure.
I no.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets a little too lax.
Yeah, I mean it's unprofessional.
Yeah.
And like I always make sure like know your client's name. I was habitual for calling every client woman. I was
Hey, woman, what's up?
Exactly.
Totally.
You
But
know,
it's hard.
it is
We see so many faces.
It is, but it is so important that you learn people's names. It
Yeah.
is so
And
impactful.
even if you don't remember their name, look at it. You know they're your next client. Have that little list on your
Mhm.
station right there of your day.
Absolutely.
That's what I always did.
Absolutely.
So that I can look over and be like, hey, Sally, how's it going? We have so much going on in our brain all day.
Yes.
To remember a name, I can forget Katie's name.
Right.
And we're together more than we are with anybody else.
But she's
in our
a full
life.
highlight with 10 AA.
Right.
That's what I know.
Absolutely.
Truth. Truth. Except now
Well,
God's
we've
given
gotta
me
work
my
a
own.
little harder on the names, but the formulas we'll remember.
I know, right? And so that's the thing. It's like there's so much in our brains.
Yeah.
Sometimes something simple as a name, but there's ways we can do this to
Yeah.
make sure we
They say to try to use
have their
somebody's
name.
name 3 times in their service,
Oh.
Yeah.
and it helps you.
Yes.
And
Personalize it.
people actually like hearing their name. It makes them feel important.
No, it does.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's huge. Like 3 times in their service.
Yeah.
This is part of the service. This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
all part of it. Like,
Absolutely.
we encompass it all.
Absolutely.
So it's huge.
So it is. It's those little things that it's like you gotta find a way to, it's like with anything, creating a habit of
Yes.
doing it.
Yep.
You gotta set your goal and make it, be like, "You know what? Today, I'm just gonna start with names,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna say everybody's name 3 times in their service. I'm gonna start with that."
And that's great. And that's something like we could even implement with our students, I feel like.
Right.
Like, you guys, today we're going to work on names
Mhm.
today.
Right.
And I want you to say everybody that sits in your chair, say their name 3 times.
Absolutely. And it
It's
helps you
huge.
retain it,
It
you know?
does. And it's also a great lesson
Mhm.
for anyone in the
Absolutely.
industry because we all do that.
Yeah.
Like, how many times you've been at the grocery store and you see this client you see probably every 6 weeks for 2
Absolutely.
years, and you're like, uh, this is my husband. And you try to figure out how to introduce this person to this other person you're with.
Right.
That's when you avoid them in the
Right.
grocery
You're like,
store.
"Oh,
But
I
crap."
it's
don't
like,
remember their
I
name.
feel so bad. I try to bypass
I
the name
mean,
part.
and I'm not perfect. There's still times when, like, I'll have, like, a client walk in there like, "Hey, I wanted to make an appointment." And I'm like, "Oh, shit."
I
And then
know.
I'm like, "Hey, what was your phone number again?" I'll type it in, and then
Yes.
it'll click. I'll see their
Yes.
name, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Hey, Liz, I got
Right?
your appointment booked," and I'm still using it even after I forgot it
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then figured out
Phone
a
number is a
way.
great thing if it's all programmed in a
Yeah.
computer or something because you can
Yeah.
like,
It
hold
is
on, let me get
helpful.
your phone number.
Like I said, it's simple things like that. Another new one is when you have a new guest and they're coming into the salon. I see a lot of stylists who will maybe come up but not like shake their hand or introduce themselves, and they'll
Mhm.
walk. For me, they'll walk like way ahead of their client. Their client has
Mhm.
never been in the salon. They don't really know where they're going. They're not like having a conversation, showing them where to go, showing them like a mini tour of the salon, like, hey, this is the bathroom, this is this.
Kind of my
It
pet
makes them,
peeve.
oh yeah. I mean, it makes them feel comfortable in the space. You're
Yeah.
inviting them into your home.
We should
Yep.
have you come in and do a little class with the students because I feel like they hear it from mom and dad. We always say that, or
Of
mom and
We're
course.
mom and dad, and they're like, blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah,
Right.
blah.
But this is all stuff I feel like if they could learn that from the beginning and really hone in on that,
Right.
how successful
It's
it could be.
ginormous.
And like I
'Cause,
said, none of us are
yeah.
perfect.
No.
We're I have clients this is gonna sound horrible. They'll come in and be like, "Dang, did I leave like a quarter of an inch longer on your right side? Like, what the hell was I thinking?" But they love me and they come back,
I know, right?
and that's what makes it so like you have such a good relationship. They're like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
or they don't feel afraid to say something,
Yes.
because they feel comfortable.
And that was always my goal. I'll say that, like, please tell me,
Yeah.
if there's anything you
Something can
don't like.
always
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
adjusted.
because as long as you have hair on your head, we can do something with it.
Absolutely.
So I always
True.
tried to lead with that.
Right.
I'd rather you come to me than go to social media. And if you have those
Exactly.
strong soft skills, they will,
Right.
because you're their friend now.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But okay, so we've kind of talked a little bit, I think, about soft skills, greeting, using their name. Are there any other skills throughout a service that are your like must haves?
I think that, like I talk about experiencing the difference,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that we had talked about like Aveda salons, and I had worked for an
Yeah.
Aveda salon for many years. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that I've taken from a lot of
Abs-
education
oh, for sure.
from them. And I know we had talked about physical touch. So physical touch is
Yes.
like another huge thing for me. A few things that I really took from Aveda that I incorporate in my daily life is the scalp massage before a haircut. I always do a hand massage while my color is processing. And I do a hot
Katie
towel
talks about this.
a
Yeah, she
hot
loves
towel
it.
on the head when the conditioner or a toner or something is
Yes.
going on, or even a hot towel in the face if you're doing a men's cut. And it kind of just gets all the little
Hmm.
hairs off. But um physical touch, I mean, we live in a world where we don't
Well,
you
we're post COVID. It's like everybody's
yes.
creepy and weird
We barely
now.
touch our significant others. I'm like, hey,
Right. So
It's
like,
like, oh, you're sick?
yeah, get
Ah.
away from me. And a lot of
wait,
stylists are uncomfortable.
how does that bring client loyalty? What does physical touch add to our industry and our services?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, especially when you're talking about new guests, in your chair, when you're doing physical touch for some reason, it just relaxes people.
Mhm.
I feel like, especially when I'm starting a haircut and like we've gone through the consultation and I'm just like, hey, all right, I'm going to start with a scalp massage. It is amazing the decompression that these clients have. And I feel
Huge.
like it makes them so much more comfortable and at ease. And it also helps me as a stylist kind of take a moment, you know? And I know with like Aveda, they call it like a moment of wellness or a stress relieving ritual. And I think it really is. And we talked, about physical touch and how important that is. And
Yeah.
we don't, we aren't touched a lot these days. And, um,
And some people, they may not have that significant other at home
right,
or any
Mhm.
family nearby to get a hug or,
right,
you know what I mean? So
right.
it's a big thing.
And it doesn't have to be you don't have to think of it as like a super intimate moment. You're
Yeah.
just creating a space for them to truly relax. I mean, our days now are go, 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 They take the time to schedule this out. Like, why not give them a minute to just
Yeah.
Yes.
decompress, you know?
Yeah.
No, agreed.
No, I love that.
Fully. One thing I tell the students, don't always talk to them through the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I will
Mhm.
come around and like I'm leaning on the station and I'm like talking to them face to face. And
Absolutely.
I think just having that conversation with them and just confirming everything. Is this good? Like,
Absolutely.
are you good with this? Are you feeling comfortable with what we've decided? But we're having it face to face, not through a mirror.
Yeah.
I mean, I do a lot of them. It is through the mirror,
Yeah.
but every once in a while, they're just sort of uneasy, and you can
Yeah.
tell. Like, I kind of just come around,
Like you said, read
and
the room.
and I get face to face with them, and it's just like,
Yes.
and I'm like, okay, so how is this for you? Is this going to be a good thing for you, or am I totally off? You
Mhm.
know what I mean? You kind of have those clients sometimes.
It's hard for them to get going telling you.
Yeah,
You
and
almost have to
they
kinda
don't
pull
know
it
the
out of
words
them
that
a
we
little bit.
know. So
Mhm.
like communication, and I always say a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Even with those pictures, sometimes I'm like, okay, number one, this is AI.
Right.
This isn't real. Or
Almost 100% of the
I
time
know,
these
right? It's
days.
crazy. Okay, that is just a flawless photo.
Yeah,
That is not real. You can tell the AI photos. It's
yeah.
weird, but we're gonna get to a point where we're not gonna be able to tell though.
Which
That's
is
gonna be
true.
weird.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It's gonna be weird. But like
right.
if that client is still uneasy, come around face to face, have that conversation,
Yeah. I
and talk
mean,
to them.
a big part too that I do is I talk about, like, if you are doing, like, in front of the mirror and you're standing behind your client, I always put my hands on their shoulders, kinda get
Yes.
them. Like, I kinda, like, get 'em
Same.
relaxed.
Yes.
Um, I had mentioned to you guys previously, I had spinal fusion done, so I actually have a stool that I keep. I don't really use it for cutting or anything like that, but
Yeah.
what I use it for a lot of the times is my consultation.
Mm.
I will swing my chair, my stool over to the side of them. Sometimes I'll
And
even
you're
kinda
just
lean,
sitting
and I'm
and kind
having
of
that
chilling out with them.
conversation.
And
Yes.
you're, like, eye level with
It
them.
makes you feel comfortable and not like you're superior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I'm on the floor with our students a lot of the times,
Mhm,
and I do try to number 1, our student is kinda behind them, and that's where they feel comfortable.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I try to show them, be in
Right.
front of them.
Yeah.
90% of the consultations, I'm face to face with
Face, yeah.
them before I touch their hair or
Right.
anything, just to show them that that's kinda where you wanna be and
Yeah.
to give that really word right
Client-centered
now.
care, you know what I
Yes,
mean?
thank you. Like, the words are not coming.
Yeah.
But I think we've had consultation classes with them, and they're like, "Sit down in a chair and be eye level with them." And it's not always possible in every space that you're at,
Right,
but I do think those stools are great for
right.
that specific
Or like you said,
reason.
if you don't have a stool, like there have been times where I feel like I've had a new guest and are so nervous. I'll literally crouch down next to their chair
Yeah.
and I'll literally like physical touch and be like, so what are
Yeah.
we doing today?
Yeah.
Like get them to relax and,
Yeah.
Yep.
open up. And
Yeah.
you just always got to kind of put yourself in their shoes. Like if you were new, how would you want somebody to kind of treat you and kind
Yeah.
of go about it?
Yeah. I feel like younger students, or I won't say younger, but maybe new
Yes.
students, slash new stylists,
Yeah.
we'll go there. Like new into the salon. What I notice with with our students is they're very intimidated
Mhm.
by those conversations and touching
Mhm.
when they comb people's hair.
It's like they're
Oh
scared.
my god. I'm like, they're not China. Their
Yeah.
hair is it's attached to their head. It's not gonna they
Mm.
I hope it doesn't come out.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm like, it's okay. Grab a handful and get through those rats. They've spent how many hours combing a head out? I'm not
Yeah.
joking.
Yeah, there's
And those
sometimes and I'm like,
It's
"Can I
just
do a section?"
yep. I mean, I get in there and I'll have the hair combed out in like a couple minutes, and they're like,
right.
"How did you do that?"
It's that confidence,
Yeah,
man.
and I'm like, "You guys, how do you comb your hair when you get out of the shower?
Yeah.
Think about that."
Yeah.
Like, that's what I tell them. You know, when you have, like, those new people that are coming in, it's like, what do you suggest to get them past all of these little,
Like
I don't know.
like the awkward stage or something. It's like
Yes, it's like because, because you said you like to focus on, like, younger stylists, people coming into the industry. So what are your thoughts with, like, kind of bringing them out of their shell?
Yeah. I mean, I think just, like, being authentic and being yourself,
mhm.
and,
Mhm.
like, you don't have to be, like, the most outgoing person ever. It's being truly authentic and truly caring about
Mhm.
people. It's caring about people. Like, if you don't care about people, it's
You
probably
shouldn't
not the
be
best industry to be
correct,
in, you
yeah.
know what I
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But it's also just, like, you need to start being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mhm.
And the more you do it, it's, like, not even a second thought. Like, we actually had, one of our stylists out. She had on maternity leave, she had a baby. So, a lot of her clients came and sat in my
Sure,
chair.
yeah.
And I love our salon in particular because we can do that and there's no hard feelings, and, like, I love their clients, and it's the
Yeah,
camaraderie there is so great. Like,
yeah.
there's enough people in this world that need their hair done that you shouldn't feel like you're
Yes,
in such hard competition with
We
these
yes.
don't
people,
own any of our clients.
right?
No, we do not.
Right. But I do stuff behind my chair that she doesn't do, and they were telling her, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that gets weird. It gets weird when,
Right.
like yeah, when you in
And
that
they
those
do love her, but
scenarios.
they joke with her, all the time, like, "I need that hand massage from Cara," and actually, there's times where if a client is sitting there with another person, I don't have anybody in, I'll just go over and give one of their clients a hand massage.
Oh, I
But it's
love
like,
that.
it's caring.
It
It's
is.
just,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Aw.
It's
yeah.
not about the money.
You have such a good
It
heart. I just feel like
you
I can
truly
see it.
yes, I know.
I just met her today and I'm like,
Aw.
"You're just such a
Well,
sweetheart."
She
thank
is.
you.
She truly
But
Well,
is.
so we're kind of touching on all these skills that you teach. We haven't really talked about what your consulting
Yeah,
business
tell us
is.
about the business and, like,
okay,
how
so
all of that kind of works, and if somebody were to walk into you
right.
and like, "Cara,
Help me.
I am an amazing hairdresser. I do fantastic highlights, amazing cuts.
Yeah.
I don't know how to talk to my clients or communicate with them."
Right. I mean, as far as what I have right now is I have like a tiered program. So like the first tier is like a 3-hour class um that I just basically go over a lot of stuff like that. And then we do like hands-on. We actually do like hand massages and scalp massages and stuff like that on each other, just kind of break up the time and kind of get used to doing stuff like that. And then I go over like our metrics as stylists because I think that's one thing that they don't teach in school, and even in salons. I worked at so many salons that they never brought up like your repeat retention, new client
Mm.
retention, your uh schedule utilization, stuff like that because we're creative people, right?
Yeah,
But
all that stuff is not fun.
no, but we should know. We should at least know what
Absolutely.
those numbers mean
I think
and
it's
where we're
so
at.
fun.
I
I'm so weird about
Well,
it.
She loves it.
high five. I am a
I do love
number
The
it.
day I gave
number
her a test and
nerd.
she's like, I love this." And I'm like, "That's why
Absolutely.
I'm having you do
Right.
it."
But I do, and that's something that they don't teach, that they
Yeah,
don't know, and you can't grow if you don't know, right? So it's like
correct.
teaching the girls how to read their numbers, how to set goals, and then incorporating all these soft skills and seeing what works and what doesn't for 'em,
How it
right?
improves your metrics.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, if you have a baseline of where to start,
Mhm,
that is important. That's a great way to,
right,
implement that into your class. Because
absolutely,
it's like we
Yeah.
can kind of follow up in a month and
right.
with the
Like, I do the tier 1 was just where I do the class, they go through it,
oh,
and they
okay.
get, like, a certificate, and that's kind of it.
Yeah.
And then I do another one, it's tier 2, where I do a class, like the 3-hour class, and then for 3 months, I follow them.
Okay.
So, like, I'll do 15-minute, like, a Zoom call or something with a student or stylist or whatever,
Uh-huh.
and we'll just go over, like, how things have been going, how have they been working, what they need improvement on, what they need encouragement in, different things that they can try. So I'll do, like, 15 minutes with every stylist that I'm working with every
Okay.
month,
Okay.
excuse me, and we'll kind of chart. I have, like, tracking charts for their numbers so they can kind of track and see what they're doing and how they're improving,
Okay.
Mhm.
along with like guest experience, kind of rating their guest experience and stuff like that as
Yeah.
well. And then we'll do like a follow up class after and kind of say, okay, how do you guys feel? How have your numbers improved? What do you feel like you still need work on? And just kind of like remotivate and stuff and kind of see how is it working? Like, let's see your numbers. Let's see how they've improved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And are you really implementing everything we've talked about?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then kind of like a 3rd tier that I have right now is more just like customized, like it's learning more about like the owner of the salon or the owner of the school, learning what their needs are and kind of figuring out, okay, how and what do we need to really educate on? And if you kind of want to like keep me on as like a consultant working with these students kind of over time. And
Okay.
that's just based off of how long you need me and what we're doing and stuff like
That's
that.
cool.
For
How
sure.
long have you been doing this?
I was doing training down in Florida, 1 day a week. I was working like 4 days behind the chair, 1 day a week, just going to, between 4 locations and doing some training. I was like just getting started.
Right.
And then I ended up leaving Florida, moved back to
Moving.
Michigan. I
Yeah.
kind of like
Gotta
dropped it.
start all over.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just trying to find my new salon and try to get that in place. And then the past year actually is when I decided, you know what, like
I want to
God put this on my
bring
heart and
this
he's
Yep.
in.
gonna make it happen for me. I just have to put in the work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's important, it's
I love it.
How's it been going?
it's been going good. It's been
Good.
Yeah.
good, I think that, when you have a dream, you just gotta stay persistent,
Amen.
Oh,
you know?
always.
Consistency is
It
key.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will tell you with the school, as I was building it, I had no students, right? Like,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to recruit and do all these things. And I say this, if you build it, they will come.
Absolutely.
And I still say it. I
Yeah,
still say it
Mhm.
all the time. Like it's a mantra in my head that
absolutely.
it's like those little banners like on like hockey rinks or something that
Yeah,
just go across the rink. That is just circling in my head. If
yeah.
you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And
Surround
I
yourself.
keep doing it. I keep doing it. I keep doing it and keep
Mhm.
saying it and keep saying it. And it keeps working and
Yeah,
working and working. And you just have to keep at it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I worked with a coach myself, just kind of like trying to organize a business plan and
Yeah.
actually putting all my training over the years and grabbing information
Yeah.
from everywhere
It's
and kind of
experience.
compiling everything that's really worked for me, you
Yeah.
know? So I ended up putting it, you know, you're always growing, you're always working on your material, right?
I was just gonna
Oh,
say, if you're
always.
not coachable, you can't be a coach.
Oh,
You shouldn't be a
Yeah,
coach.
trust me, I am
you
still growing.
are always
Always.
learning.
Yeah,
The moment you decide that you're good enough and you don't need to take any more classes, you're done.
right.
You've timed out.
Yeah,
Well, in our industry is literally that way.
yeah,
Mhm.
Like you can't ever close down and be like, I know it all.
yeah,
Mhm.
There's
'cause you
always that
don't.
new product, that new whatever, that other technique. And granted, a lot of our techniques and everything circle around, but
Mhm.
I think there's always something you can learn. There's always something that's tweaked just a little different where you're like,
Mhm.
oh, that's fucking brilliant. Like,
Right,
why did
Yeah.
I never think about that?
Yeah.
Like,
right.
weird little tiny things that could save you anytime you can save is amazing.
Right.
That's exactly how we need to be all the
Absolutely.
time, is just
Mhm.
open to everything and consistently trying to learn anything that could make us better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that those coachable, teachable moments don't just come from classes and videos and stuff. I think it can be
No.
learned through tough experiences in the salon.
Absolutely.
So, how do you handle a upset client or
Okay, so first, I cry. No, I'm just
okay.
kidding. No,
I was like, feel like half of our students had just been on the floor this week. We've had 3 that just stormed to the bathroom, locked the door, and we're like,
I
hello,
weigh in,
hello.
work through it.
No, but I mean, honestly, it's just staying calm
Mhm.
and always putting yourself in their shoes and active listening. And it's just really like understanding, active listening and, trying
Yeah.
to hear where they're coming from. And
Yeah.
you want to make it
And
right.
how can we make this better?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It really is like, how can we make this better? Like, I never want anybody to leave
No.
unhappy.
No.
No,
Ever.
God, no.
You know?
And that's the thing that I think people are missing in
Our
what we do
clients.
Yeah.
is why would you do this and go into this industry, pay for school and invest time
Hmm.
if you didn't want your clients to love their
Yeah.
hair, their nails, whatever it is? And you have to always be willing to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
And if your work doesn't produce something that makes them happy, how can we fix it?
Right.
And you,
It's growing pains.
Yes, it
yes,
is.
And you learn from it and
yes,
you do better next time.
yes, yeah.
It's accepting it.
And you have to be vulnerable with
Right.
them. Like,
And
I'm
it's okay
so
to be
sorry.
upset that that happened. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
No,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of a ego crusher.
it
You're just like,
is.
"Oof." Like, I thought I did good. I
Right.
thought we were on the same page. And then
Right.
when it doesn't work out, it's like,
Right.
But you know what? This is where we're missing. People don't do that to their clients' faces.
They do it after,
They do it after,
yeah.
and they're doing it behind a keyboard, which you can read in whichever tone you decide.
which is true.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when people run to social media
Mhm.
and talk
It's a
shit and bash
nightmare.
It
and
is.
do so much
And they don't
gross
care.
things.
They don't care.
No.
It's like you're not human anymore
Right.
because we have these screens between us.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just was doing beauty as a business with our students today, and that is a big topic. Is like, our whole thing today was reading reviews
Yep.
on Google. It's a double-edged sword.
Right.
We have experienced it. We've had fake accounts made
Oh,
to
goodness.
bash us.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
I
Oh,
feel like sometimes though, when
it's
it comes to a
insane.
bad review, you can almost gauge if they're crazy or not.
Well, yes and no. Yes and
Yeah.
no, because there's battles that get on social, like Facebook. I won't respond to a bad Facebook post
Yeah.
about the school.
Yeah.
Like, and Katie will be like, "Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
Liz, I want to say, but I'm like, Katie, if we respond, we're like raw meat in the middle of the forest
Although you'll get
with
attacked.
starving wolves
Yeah.
To be fair,
running
I
at
barely
us.
get on Facebook, so if I
No,
see it,
but
it's
like there was like
Yeah.
1 or 2 things that like
Okay.
random,
Mhm.
and she's like, Liz, I'm like, Katie, if we respond,
Yeah.
we're gonna get eaten
Mhm.
alive, and it's gonna be worse. And she's
oh, I
like,
remember what
yeah,
it was. It was those nail people
yes.
a couple
And I
years
was
ago.
like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Which is true.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Normally I'm just like, "Grr!"
Mhm.
But no, I just was like, no,
Well,
we're
you
not
trusted your
doing it. We're
instincts. That's
not doing
important.
it. Like,
Yeah.
I've watched other people that own businesses that I know respond to things, and I'm like, this is not good.
It does make it worse when you try
It's
to defend
awful. And
yourself
I
like
literally
that.
probably wouldn't have even seen the post
Yeah.
had they not responded. But then because so many people responded, it became a thing.
Ugh.
Yeah.
And so then it's like, then it's a bigger thing.
Yeah.
And that's like, we kind of witnessed it this week with a situation, not ours, but someone else's that we love. And it was unfortunate that it
Yeah.
went the way it did. It was really sad. Like one thing, and I like Chris Linford, we've had him on our show, and he teaches beauty as a business and all that, Oozle Media, and they help people. And he's like, a bad Google review can be a great thing, though, in how you handle it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so we've got a couple on our thing, and it's ridiculous things, like
Yeah.
so stupid. And I read them to our students today. I was like, let's look at our reviews. Well, look at these, you guys. And I was like, well, how does this make you feel? And they're like, well, how did it go down? And I was like, well, this is how it really went down,
Yeah.
but this is what got online.
Well,
Mhm.
and I think it is important too to understand that it's our perspective of how we went down, and their perspective is different. And probably what they put online was not their true perspective, but they were upset and they needed to feel seen and heard.
For some reason or another. Yes,
Yeah.
they did. And so it's funny because so I was like, this
Yeah.
is what they posted. And I was like, here's the reality of what happened.
Yeah.
And they were like, are you kidding? And I'm like, no, that's what happens. And so when I read Google reviews,
Yeah.
I'm very like,
Yeah.
ish about it. Cause I'm like, was that just some crazy,
Yeah.
can I say battle creature or whatever?
I believe
Or
the
was it
ones that have
legitimate?
pictures of roaches in the kitchen. All right, that's a
Yeah.
review.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
I
like
get that.
the reviews we've had, there's no photos. And it's actually not even about the hair. It's more about random weird things. And I'm like,
Honestly, it's disheartening. One was about a student's first perm on the floor first week, and that she was upset, and it was taking a long
oh,
time.
I didn't see.
And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
come
Well, they're
on.
students, So
Right.
there's things,
Yeah, it's a
There is
school.
an expectation of how things are probably gonna go. It's gonna
Yeah.
take a
Well,
while.
they
Yeah.
sign a
But
waiver, and there's also like a big
yeah.
thing we hand to them, like
Yeah.
services might take twice as long as they would in a normal salon.
Right.
These are students.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I'll click on their like name and stuff on their Google review,
Mhm.
and I'll look at their other reviews. I'm like, are they
Yep.
just a chronic complainer?
Yes.
Or
Yep.
Yes.
because if they're just leaving all negative reviews,
Then it's like, okay, Karen, calm,
Yeah.
calm the fuck down, Karen.
Yeah.
So, like we've talked about so much,
Yeah, you've given a lot of really good tips.
great information. I want you to come and talk to all of our
I was
students.
going to say, we've got some fun kind of quick questions for you, but before
There's one more. It's like that I mean, Katie and I both were reading through the questions. We both thought this is really poignant and something that uh, everybody could use is if someone can improve only one thing this week,
Yeah.
what would you think would be the biggest thing?
I think honestly using people's names.
Yeah, I was going to say, 'cause
Yeah.
we talked about that earlier.
that's a great goal. I think we'll do that with our students as
Because
Yeah.
that was the first, I'm gonna be honest, that was the very first thing I ever really started working on.
Yeah.
That I was like, why am I doing this? Why do I keep calling every client woman? And I feel like I noticed a shift as soon as I started
Wow.
using names.
I think that's so important because
Yeah.
that's one thing in my mind, in the back of my head, and I haven't enforced it with the students because I feel like they're so like overwhelmed with things at times.
Mhm.
But I do think it's a really great habit to implement though now.
Right.
When they're
Mhm.
creating all of these habits that are going to become habitual for them,
Yeah.
why not make that one of them?
Absolutely.
I think that is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Um, and like you said earlier, say that name 3 times in the service.
Mhm.
I think that's brilliant.
And it's a reasonable goal to set.
Right.
Yeah.
Cuz I was working through highlights with a student who had just gotten on the floor, and she was getting frustrated with all of the different things, and I said, "You know what? In this one section, let's focus on one thing.
Yeah.
When we get to the next section, we'll focus on the next thing that you're
Right.
struggling with.
Baby
Let's break
steps.
it down into
Which is true.
individual struggles.
Mhm.
And then by the end of the head, you'll have gained 4 or 5 new skills through this one highlight."
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And that really did help, just from being
Breaking it
overwhelmed to
down.
breaking it. So I think that's such a simple thing
That's
to start with,
brilliant.
Yeah.
and that'll change the mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I really do love this.
Yeah.
So, Okay, some of these fun questions, I do like these. So, what's a phrase you wish every stylist would stop saying?
Same thing as last time.
Oh, yeah. Same thing as last time?
Same thing as last time.
I am guilty of that.
What
You
For sure, I am. I do that with our regulars at the school sometimes.
I
I'm like, "Are
know.
we doing the same thing today? Like, just to trim and just clean you up?" Yeah.
So,
Sometimes it's like, well, when you do that, you kinda lose part of the consultation, and sometimes I feel actually, I had read, like, an article about that that's one of the biggest ways you can lose a client is just expecting that they
them to
wanna
do
do
the
the
same.
same thing, and you will be amazed at how impressed they are when you reach out to them before an appointment and be like, "Hey, you know what? I was actually thinking about you, and I know this is what we do, but I thought maybe if we did, like, just something a little bit different." That they're like, "Yeah, you thought about me and I wasn't even in your chair," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that makes a
Yeah.
big impact
No,
too.
it
And
really
don't you
does.
think, like, going to the hair shows and things, like, really inspires a stylist to
Education
bring on different
is crucial.
things?
It
Yeah.
and it just lights
It
a
enlightens
fire
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in you.
it re-inspires. I mean,
Yeah.
stylist burnout is real.
It so
It's
is.
We
real.
have one of our students in today, and she's like, "Liz, I feel like I'm experiencing burnout right now."
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, you're one of the lucky ones that's booked
She
solid."
reminds she reminds me
She
she sent me her schedule, a screenshot of her schedule. I was like,
did
"You're
she?
me."
Yeah.
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 And I was like, "But remember where you were a year ago,
Right.
and you were," and that's what she goes, "Liz, I used to, like, this is what I wanted, and I don't know why I'm burnt out."
Yeah. It's just you
Mhm.
gotta reinspire at that moment, it's when you gotta, like,
Re-inspire
"Okay,
and
what do
figure
I
out your
need to do?
I
What
boundaries.
do
know
I
that's
need
what
to
I
do?"
like. I was like, "Why don't you go to the hair show with us
Right.
Yeah.
this year?
Mhm.
Come with Katie and I. Come to the hair show with us." And she's like, I was like, "Clear your books.
Yeah,
If you have anything there, come to the hair show."
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, what is the best consultation question that changes everything?
If there was one thing you could change about your hair today, what would it be?
And that's what I tell the students. Tell me what you don't like
Right,
first, because
right,
we all know what we don't like.
right,
To see what we love is harder
right,
about ourselves, which
Yeah.
is fucked
right,
up, but it's
right,
valid, and it's because we're so mean to ourselves. So I feel like we can all tell what we don't like.
right.
Mhm.
I mean, and like, I know I had taken another class and they kind of broke it down. They were like, you should always hit on color, cut, and condition of the hair. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think sometimes too, we're so focused on the cut and the color that we're not as focused on the condition.
Yeah.
So it's like really educating the client on like, we don't ask like, has your hair been feeling dry? What have you been
Mhm.
doing at home? Like, how can we improve the condition of your hair? I think that's one
Yeah.
that gets lost. We don't do enough conditioning treatments.
Yeah.
Guilty. I don't even do enough conditioning treatments,
Yeah.
but condition is healthy hair is beautiful hair.
Mhm.
We
Yes.
all want healthy, beautiful hair. So I
Yeah.
think that it's the condition your hair and talking to your client about that is really important and it kind of gets pushed to the
Okay.
back.
So, one guest experience detail you'll never skip.
There's a lot of them I don't skip.
Well, say them all then.
I mean, like I all of them. I mean, I am a hugger, I'm a lover.
Mhm.
Like I hug the majority of my clients every time.
I like that.
I always offer a beverage, always. I
Yes.
always offer a snack. Half the time I'm like eating with my clients. It's just another way of creating
Breaking
connections,
bread.
Mhm.
It's always a scalp massage. It's always a hand massage. Usually my hand massage is the time I get to talk to my client. I sit down, I do it, and that's when I learn about them and their family and stuff like that. I never skip that, because those are the times that I can figure out what's going on in their life.
So, instead of running to the break room for the 30-minute processing time.
I sit there.
Love it.
I sit there with them.
Yeah.
How do you rejuvenate or, refresh yourself for your next client then?
My biggest thing is like quality over quantity.
Uh-huh.
I take the time with my clients, like I am all about charging. I'm not charging $1,000,000. I'm charging a fair wage
Mhm.
and they're paying for my time. So
Mhm.
I take that time and I schedule it out. I'm not trying to um I am hardly ever late
I love that.
for a client. I'd rather take more time, charge them a little more, and they appreciate that
Mhm.
more than, like,
Yeah.
sitting and being double booked and
They
not
don't
taken care
feel
of.
Yeah.
rushed.
Yeah.
I was always a double booker,
Were
always
you?
a double booker. And I mean, that's how we did it back then though. There wasn't nobody
I
did it
think that's how you make it, you
differently
know?
then, you know? And it's like if you were double booking,
Mhm.
you were making it. If you weren't double booking, you weren't making like people
Right.
were like, "Oh, you don't double book yet?" Like
Right.
that's I mean, that was how
Right.
the industry was.
And I'm
Like,
like, "Girl, I don't double book and I still make bank." Not
right?
really.
And so
Well,
I
but
mean
no, but I mean, but I love because you said it. They're paying for my time.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that like I've never literally like a little when you said that a little light bulb went boop.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, yes,
Yeah.
they are."
This isn't
Cuz we
McDonald's.
no,
This
but
is
it's like you kind of get this frame
In the
mind
zone.
or this frame of mind. There it is. Um where you're like, "I want to make X amount of money per hour.
Right.
How am I going to do that? I'm going to do that by doing this, this and this."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if it's means double booking and while that client is processing,
Mhm.
you're doing a haircut.
Right.
And that's what I never if my client was processing, I had someone else in my chair
Right.
doing a haircut. And then I had someone else shampooing
Right.
that person, getting them ready to bring them to my chair to finish them out then.
Right.
And so it was like I was always that was my mind frame.
Right.
So when you said they're paying for your time,
Yeah.
mhm.
I was like, they're paying for a service. They're paying to get their hair done. That's a whole different mindset.
Yeah.
A whole different mindset.
It really
Well,
is.
and it makes oh my contact. It makes the client from go in your mind from being client number 6 of the day, a root retouch and trim to that's Carol
It feels
It's
who
luxury.
more
works
personable.
here and has 3 kids and 7 cats or whatever, but you know what I mean? That becomes a person and not just your number of clients
Right.
of the
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
And that's so important, especially when and I think that's where because I had some clients that it's like, I charged 85 for a root retouch and a haircut in style. And I felt like that was kind of in the middle.
Mhm.
And this was a few years back. And I didn't double book that usually. Sometimes I did if it was like a quick kids cut or something, but I was not a double booker. I did not love it. I didn't want the pressure on myself. I wanted to have the time to be creative and do whatever my client wanted. And I worked in a salon with a woman who did double, triple book
Yeah,
sometimes.
I did.
Mhm.
And so, but then she's charging her root retouches like 55 or something like that.
Right.
And we're in the same room.
Yeah.
So my clients are seeing her charge her clients that. And I have my one client that I'm charging $30 more or something.
Right.
And it's like, well, here's the difference.
Yeah.
I'm
The
it's
experience.
me and you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I think the industry has made a huge turn in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like,
luxury now.
yeah, because before it wasn't, it was about they're coming in, they're getting this, this, and this, and that's that.
Yeah.
It was cut and dry.
Right.
If it was a new client, I would never double book.
Right.
If it was someone I knew, like, this is the service, this
Right.
is what we're doing, this is how much time it takes me, I've done it this
Mhm.
many times, it's fine. That's what I did.
Right.
And, um, but it's weird.
Yeah.
Never thought
But
about it.
that's the
I
difference.
never thought
Yeah.
about it
That's
that
the
way.
shift. And
It's
I
the
feel
shift
like
in the
if you
industry
double
that's
book,
taken place,
you
for
eliminate
sure.
that opportunity to you kind of force yourself to say same thing
Yeah.
today, Are we
That's
Yeah.
doing the
true.
same
You
thing?
don't give yourself
Yeah,
enough
which is
time to
Yeah.
you're like,
change.
"Don't say that."
Right.
Yeah,
But
and
Yeah.
you don't give yourself time to
Plus, I
no.
think,
do
like,
what they
you
want.
miss out on opportunity for growing your service and retail ticket
Mhm.
because there's so much you can do in that time that you have, that processing time. Like, I know, like, even when I talked about the conditioning your hair, in your consultation, maybe you just added on a conditioning treatment.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Guess what? That could take a place of part of your double booking
yeah.
or,
Mhm.
that's my time, like, especially, I haven't done it this year, but like say I'm doing my hand massage, right? Well, we'll say we have hand scrubs, right? I'll have them go scrub their hands and kind of use a new product, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
then I do the hand massage and their hands feel amazing. And all of a sudden they're getting a conditioning treatment and they're buying a new hand scrub.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yeah.
ways to do that.
To work things in.
Yes,
Yeah.
to increase your sales ticket.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. For sure. For sure.
No, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that so much. Do you wanna
Yeah.
ask the
So,
next one?
a boundary you wish you set earlier in your career.
Um, I mean, it's something that I've, like, put a hold on, like, I've actually honed in and corrected that now, but I had a really big problem with, charging people what I should, and then not telling them
It's a
that I was
huge
giving them a discount.
it's a huge
Mhm.
thing in our industry.
Yeah.
You like they come to you to get their hair done
Yes.
and they tell you their woes,
Yes.
right? And then oh, I can't charge them my
Yes.
normal cost,
Right.
my normal what I normally charge people
Mhm.
because clearly they can't afford it. Clearly,
Yes.
they came to get their hair done, right?
Yes.
Women will like,
If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way
are
to
you
pay
kidding
for it.
me?
Correct.
And that's what we do preach to our students
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Do not sell yourself short because
Yeah.
guess what? If you weren't doing hair just because they're family or they're your friend,
Mhm.
they would be going to someone else and paying X amount of
Full
money
price.
and they don't give a shit
Which is true.
about your personal stuff.
Which is
They
true.
don't care.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how dare you?
Yeah.
Do not sell yourself short. Do not ever discount yourself.
Well,
Mhm.
and that's probably one of the top 3 reasons how we experience stylist burnout.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yes.
Which is
because
true.
we're trying to make enough money, but then we don't want to overcharge when we're just
People,
charging what
people
we're
that
worth.
know us take advantage of us.
No, it's true.
And family and friends are the first people to do it. Sorry, family and friends,
Or
but
a
that's how it
stranger that
happens.
sits there and tells
Yeah.
me everything for 2 hours, and then I go to ring them up, and I'm like, "Damn,
You're
I
like,
wish I had a
"Crap."
receptionist right now so
Yeah.
I could just be like, yep, they're this, and this."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the sad thing in our industry
Yeah.
that we all do.
And it's okay to help people sometimes, but I think there's a time and a
Sometimes.
place.
But it
I
needs
think it happens way too often.
Mhm.
exactly. And we do it, like you said, without even telling them.
Yes.
So they think that's the norm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they
You
might
have
be
to be transparent when you're doing something for somebody.
yes.
You have to tell them what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And why?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
This
then they'll
isn't
go
the
tell their
normal.
sister,
Right.
"Oh, I got this and this done, a full head of highlights,"
Right.
and
But why are we
whatever.
doing that though? I don't think we should do that.
No.
I mean, we shouldn't,
No.
but I mean,
I think you can do things to be nice.
yeah.
I think if you know someone's really in a bad spot, you can say,
If
"Here's a
I
certificate."
don't go out to eat if I can't afford it.
Yeah.
Which is true. Yeah.
Do you know what I
So
mean?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be sitting in a restaurant and I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
I'm just broke, but I really wanted the steak tonight.
Which is true. I mean, they'll come in and say they're broke, but they'll bring in a Big B coffee, you know?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Driving their Mercedes
Yeah.
in.
Well, and that's where I think it's like, I wish I would have done this because this is how I think I initially would have loved to give back, is had certificates that I could m- like give to people, being thoughtful
right.
and
When you really want to do it, when it's
yes,
really in your heart
yes,
to give,
not just
then
the
give.
day of when you're
But
like,
Yeah.
you know,
yeah. And like I go about every 6 to 8 weeks to Safe Place and I do haircuts there.
oh, I love that.
You know, there's a way to give back. Like the people that are taking the time
Mhm.
out of their day and paying you for a service, that's great. When you want to help, like
Yeah.
there's
There's a lot of ways to help.
Isaiah House 117. If there's a kid with bad hair, go help out. Like
Yeah. There's a
you can
lot
go
of
to the Haven
places.
and help
Yep.
Mhm.
people. You can go to Safe Place and help people
Yep.
and donate your time and
Yep.
you can feel good about that.
Yep.
You know, and then you
'Cause
can
those
go
are
to
the
work
people
and
that
then
really need
yes,
it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's not the people that made the appointment
Yeah.
coming into your salon to get their hair done
Right.
because they know damn well they're going to have to pay for it.
Right.
And that's where it's like we cut ourselves short.
Yep.
We
Mhm.
don't need to do it because they will go out to eat. They will go shopping.
Yeah.
They will go and do all of these things, go to the shows, go to the concerts.
Yeah.
But then they come to you and they bitch and moan because they have no fucking money.
Yep.
And then we give them a goddamn, like, this is like my pet peeve.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's my pet peeve.
Can you tell?
And we give them a discount? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Stop.
We got to eat.
Stop. I know
Exactly,
because
or
we're
we're
scraping.
here.
Like we're scraping at the end of the day. It's not fair.
Yeah.
Don't come and get your hair done if you can't afford it.
Yeah. I work with a stylist and actually we just had a conversation maybe a week or two ago and I helped her like little design a little graphic for her to raise her prices because she hasn't raised her prices and she is always cutting herself short. And
Mm.
she has
Oh,
a handful of kids and stuff.
send her to me.
I told her, she was like, "Well, I just feel bad." And I was like, "You know who should feel bad? Your kids, because you're taking money from your kids when you're giving them a discount." And she goes,
Mhm.
"Oh my God, Cara." Yeah, that just like hit me. Like I didn't think about
Yeah.
I'm taking money away from my family, my kids
Yeah.
to give to them,
It's
you know?
it's it's insane how we as hairdressers think about our trade.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no other trade does this.
Right.
No other trade does it.
Yeah.
They really don't.
Yeah.
We're the only one that does this.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind that it can like I feel like Maddie even said something today about something. Oh, she just raised her prices.
Mm.
And I was like, do it every year.
Right.
Cause she's like, I'm working my ass off and I feel like I should be making more money. I'm like, have you raised your prices yet? If you're booked like this,
Then
raise
you
your
need to
prices.
raise it.
And she
Yep.
goes, I just raised them. And I was like, good. I
Right.
said, do it every year,
Right.
'Cause
every
our
single
cost
year.
of everything goes up,
Which is
Yes.
and we deserve raises.
yeah.
Yes. I said, do it every year.
Yeah.
Do a percentage every year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think as long as you're booked out
Yeah.
enough
Yes.
that if some people trickle off, you can kind of fill that back
Yeah.
up.
I said, there's always going to be people coming back.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
people coming in that
Right.
weren't there before. Cause she said, I keep getting more and more referrals. And I'm like,
Right.
raise your prices.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And don't make sure that because it's like the busier you are, I almost feel like you almost start to take less time because you feel that stress of being
Yeah.
busy.
You're like
Mhm.
putting all this pressure.
Right. So you got to give yourself that time, raise your prices, take your time with your guest.
Yep.
And
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
For sure.
So, our last little question in this, and I feel like it'll probably be a combination of some things we've already talked about, but what's one tiny habit that makes the biggest difference in rebooking?
The ask. Do you know how many people just don't ask?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Don't we,
I
Katie?
watch it every day.
It's
But they're learning, so we have to
it's
say it over and over.
literally as simple as asking. And I always, always, always use, hey, hair typically grows between a quarter to a half an inch a month.
Mhm.
That means in 6 weeks, your hair is going to be, you know, grown out about this much. Where do you feel comfortable? Like 6, 8,
Yep.
10, 12 weeks.
Yep.
That's what I would recommend.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
But it's the ask and it's giving them the knowledge of how
Yeah.
Yeah.
on average, you know what I
Yep.
mean?
And I may not have time in 4 weeks when you said you
Yeah.
want to do every 4 weeks.
Right.
I might not
And you're time
be open.
specific. Like if you like evenings or weekends, I really need you to
Yeah.
set that appointment ahead of time because I
Yeah.
want to make sure that you're getting the time that you need.
Yep.
Yeah.
And make it about them. Like that's
Yep.
what it is. It's about them. It's not, like I
Yep.
want to make sure you're taken care of in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So
Because you don't want your
Yep.
clients walking around looking like a shaggy
I'm like, don't
muffin.
tell anybody I did your
Yeah.
hair looking like
I know, right? Right? You're like, I didn't know. I don't know who that is over there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Right.
Box dye.
Right?
Oh my God. I did have a client come in and she had to push her appointment back. And I was like, whoa, whoa. And I put my hands on her hair and she had it pulled back. And I was like, your hair is really dark around your face. We got to pop some like face framing highlights. And she was like, yeah, that's partly my fault. I couldn't get in. And then I did a root touch up and I was like, girl, your whole hairline is way darker than the rest of your hair. I'm gonna break that up.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's why it's
And
important.
they do that. They do that, but they
Yeah.
always come back to us.
They do. Yeah. But I did. I laughed. I was like, I thought I did this to you. I was upset with myself.
Right? I know you start questioning your abilities at
I'm
that
like,
point. You're
wait a
like,
second, did I
holy
done
shit. What was I thinking?
Yeah.
But anyways, I think this has been such a good conversation.
It's been great.
has
I've
been.
gotten so many good tidbits and little, pieces
Yes.
of information. If someone wants to hire you as a consultant,
Mhm.
help with their business behind the chair, how can they get a hold of you?
I do have a website. It's
Okay.
called Grow Hearts Fill Pockets. So you can find me on there. I have all my information on
I love
there.
that website
Um,
name.
growheartsfillpockets.com.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. It has my phone number, all that stuff, email
Wonderful.
address, everything on there. And then
Great.
just be put in contact. I always I love like in person thing. That's always gonna be a thing for me. I mean, you can reach out through the website, but I always like to meet in person and have a
Yeah.
conversation. So,
Cool.
Love it.
yeah.
So anyone here in this area, we haven't really talked about, well, Michigan. Yeah. And so anyone in this kind of Midwest, Michigan, Northern Indiana, Ohio
Yeah.
Yeah.
region, you can totally get a hold of Cara and meet up.
Yeah.
And I think
She's
she'd do
darling.
amazing things for people's businesses,
Aw.
truly.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
thank you.
think that you're filling, there was a question about this we didn't ask, but I think you are filling the gap in the industry that's needed, being personable, connecting with people.
Oh,
And that's so important because especially after COVID, I think we're lacking that
A
for sure.
lot.
oh yeah,
A lot.
absolutely.
So awesome. Well, this
All
has
right.
been so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Thank you
love
so
you,
Yeah,
much
thank you for
for
Cara.
having me.
joining us.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So
Well,
glad we connected a long time ago. So I'm
Yeah.
glad it finally happened.
Yeah,
yeah.
For
absolutely.
sure.
Well,
Yeah.
hey, it's all, all in perfect timing, right?
Amen.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm sure we'll
Always. Who
have you
knows
back
when this will
again.
air?
I know, right? Hey.
One day next year.
I know.
Editing's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Nope. We're
Yeah.
working on it. But
Yes.
yes.
Awesome.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
just have to let me know
Yay. For sure.
because I'll
Absolutely.
put it on my website.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank
We'll
you.
bring you back and we'll talk about all new things next time and
Yeah, absolutely.
update and yeah. Well, thank you everyone for listening. It's been great. Don't run
Sorry.
away yet,
I'm
Liz.
not.
We
I'm
got to
not.
close out the show. But this is Oh Here No. I'm Katie.
I'm Liz.
And
I'm Cara.
Yeah. And we will see you guys in the next episode.
yes.
Right. Bye.